Why should you study philosophy? First, studying philosophy gives you a valuable set of skills, like critical reasoning skills. Philosophy develops your ability to identify problems and flaws and obstacles, and then formulate solutions. So it can help you become a better problem solver and decision maker. You'll also develop strong communication skills. Philosophy trains you in your writing and in your speech to be clear and precise when you describe ideas and concepts. You'll also develop strong argumentation skills. Philosophy trains you how to argue carefully and validly, and how to spot and avoid fallacies that other people use all the time in their arguments. That can help you become more persuasive. Philosophy also helps you become analytically flexible. Philosophy trains you to understand and analyze positions that differ from your own, and to do it in such a way that you can appreciate the strengths of those positions and even defend them as well as those who hold those positions. This means you become a better listener. People recognize that you really can see and appreciate their perspectives, and that can make you better at identifying the reasons that you hold your own positions. Another reason you should study philosophy is that it sets you up for academic success and flexibility. Philosophers tend to get the highest scores on the GRE. That's the graduate records examination. That's the standard admission test to get into most graduate school programs. Philosophers also tend to get really good scores on the GMAT. That's the General Management Admissions Test. That's the standard admission test for business schools like MBA programs. Philosophers also do really well on the LSAT. That's the law school admissions test. In fact, philosophers do better on the LSAT than even pre-law and criminal justice students do. People who study humanities like philosophy also tend to score really well on the MCAT. That's the medical college admissions test. They tend to also have the second highest rate of acceptance into med school. In fact, the chances of philosophers getting into med school are even better than those who major in biological sciences. So notice, studying philosophy makes you flexible. It prepares you for med school, law school, or business school, and loads of other graduate school programs. But maybe you just want to finish your undergrad, get a job, and be done with school. That's okay. Studying philosophy can make you a desirable job candidate. In 2009, when 300 different employers were asked what skills they most needed from the college grads they wanted to hire, almost 90% of them wanted better oral and written communication skills. And 80% of them said that they wanted better critical reasoning and analytic skills. And 75% of them said they wanted candidates with better problem-solving skills. Those are the very skills you get from studying philosophy. Now, will you make any money at it? Well, according to the Wall Street Journal, on average, philosophers have starting salaries of just under $40,000, but their mid-career salaries are over $80,000. Now, that's a higher than mid-career average for accountants, architects, and business managers. So can you study philosophy and really be successful? Yeah. In fact, plenty of people have. Successful investors, CEOs, and journalists have studied philosophy. The creators of PayPal and Wikipedia, and even The Simpsons have studied philosophy. Prime ministers, Supreme Court judges, and even the Founding Fathers studied philosophy. Even famous actors and directors have studied philosophy. But really, you should study philosophy because ideas matter.
No matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world.
Just ask these people. Their words and ideas matter to billions of people. But ideas don't have to be religious to matter or to make a difference. World-changing ideas can be economic or political ideas or moral ideas, scientific ideas, or social ideas. And exchanging, understanding, and analyzing ideas can move history forward. It can bring about changes in politics, education, science, technology, and culture. And inasmuch as you study and engage those ideas, you become a part of that change. Well, okay, what do philosophers do? That's a messy question since pop culture gives a bad impression of what philosophers do.
And his great-grandpa was Thomas Griffin, a great philosopher.
Thomas, would you please go look for a job?
Why?
Some philosophers have bad impressions of what other philosophers do. And then there's what some philosophers think of their own work. So maybe a better question is, what do philosophers study? There have been philosophers writing philosophy for thousands of years. So some philosophers are like historians. They read and analyze the work of past philosophers, and they try to understand the positions of those past philosophers and how those past philosophers argue for their positions. Many philosophers, though, study one of the big subfields of philosophy, like metaphysics, and that which deals with questions about the nature of reality, like whether we have free will, what constitutes a person, how does the mind relate to the body. There's also epistemology, or issues about knowledge, beliefs, and how we justify our beliefs. And then there's ethics, which deals with matters of right, wrong, good, and bad. Many philosophers also study the theoretical foundations of other disciplines. So there's the philosophy of education, philosophy of economics, politics, and science. And as a result of these studies, some philosophers have done really great things. They've invented new fields in mathematics and reformed education and even helped write public policy. So does this sound interesting to you? If so, you should really take a philosophy class.